ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Game 2 here in our second series for the TSL3 Round of 8, Day 2. I'm DJ Wheat. Joining me is Artosis. And we saw mouz.HasuObs shut down Slayer's Boxer. You know, we talk a lot about capitalizing on your opponent's mistakes, and that was a great example of it right there. Slayer's Boxer losing some key units early in the middle and just unable to recover from it. It's kind of like getting into a cage fight and then like breaking your arm in the first round, and you're just sort of like, man, this sort of sucks. I have one arm to use.
Yeah, and
couldn't do it.
It's not breaking your arm because you went in and tried to do a stupid punch either. It's more like part of the cage fell and you didn't see that, and it broke your arm, and you're suddenly like, well, that sucks, because that's not like an engagement he wanted to do. He just wasn't looking, and some of his units got pulled in. It wasn't like, oh, Boxer, why are you attacking like that with 3 Ghosts, 4 Marauders, and 5 Marines? You know, it was just a mistake, and he got so punished for it, man. It has to be frustrating, even for a veteran like him.
Yeah, you know, it's funny that you say that, because we see actually this happen all the time, especially as units sort of get baited into siege tanks and stuff like that. You know, it is a part of the game. It really is. And, you know, unfortunately, it didn't let Boxer show his full potential there, but HasuObs, you have to sort of have no mercy, and that's what he did in that last game. Gas going down for Boxer while the barracks is being constructed, and again, we got some interesting positions here on Tal'Darim Altar. Of course, we've got this natural and this interesting ramp that also has this way to get through into the back, which kind of makes it a very interesting little map.
Yeah, it certainly does, and I think Hasu is going to be pretty happy with these spots. You know, obviously the back of his natural is to Boxer, but what he's going to like, I think, is that his third is pretty far away, so that's going to be a lot easier to defend against any harassment from Slayer's Boxer, and that's when the Protoss takes the third. That's really one of the scariest parts of the game, where for a couple minutes they are spread pretty thin. So if Slayer's Boxer once again goes for dropship harassment type style, and HasuObs can shut it down like we saw last game, he should be in a pretty good spot.
Boxer's first Marine is going to move out here, try to deny this initial probe, and he actually is being very generous with the area that he's letting this Marine go out. He's actually going to take vision, see this probe, and be able to react and take it out almost instantly. Does corner it off, and that's just going to be such a huge advantage for Boxer, being able to deny his opponent vision. Oh.
Yes, it is, and look at that. I am wondering if we might see a Void Ray build. Normally that's what a proxy pylon at this time will indicate, but no, never mind. He has only 1 gas at home. And he Okay. I think what we're actually about to see here is the Nanoa build. And this is actually a build Nanoa came up with, where you actually get just a kind of a quicker gas. You get 1 Zealot, 1 Sentry, then you chrono boost out Warp Gate while getting 2 Stalkers. You chrono boost in your 2 Stalkers at a proxy pylon, and then you just do a light push with those 4 Stalkers, Zealot, and Sentry while making a Nexus. Very, very safe build. A lot of pressure in it as well, and not popular on the Korean server, so Slayer's Boxer may not be ready for this.
Yeah, this actually is going to be really interesting because, well, we have Boxer moving forward, and he may not be ready, but he does have concussive shells here in this little force. He's going to try to get this first Zealot, and he's just going to go ahead and slow him down. So, you know, that might actually slow HasuObs down a little bit. Whether Boxer realized it or not, he's going to now retreat back to his base, and that will be good for him to have those units there. We got 2 bunkers coming in the front, and he sort of counted the units there and knew that there could be a good force coming at him as the second command center nearing completion.
You know, I'm actually really surprised that HasuObs didn't engage immediately upon seeing 2 Marauders and 1 Marine. That's a very standard amount of units, and as soon as you see that, it sets you off to say, okay, this is Marauder expansion, and even with a Zealot, 2 Stalkers, and a Sentry that he had at the time, he could have crushed that, but here he goes. He looks like he's going to see if he can push in 2 bunkers. No, of course not, but again, if he had engaged there before, I feel like he could have killed all 3 of those units, losing only 1 of his own units, probably the Zealot. And
right.
then, I mean, he'd be over there, and there'd be like 2 units for Slayer's Boxer in a bunker, and the game might be a little bit different.
Yeah, it was kind of a missed opportunity, Artos, so I'd agree with you. We haven't seen much happen over there with that pylon from HasuObs. Of course, we have the Nexus about ready to come in for our Protoss player. And looks like Marine's going to go up, scout the top. I like this as well, too. Make sure there's no pylons up there before you get your base down. It can be an area of attack. We also have the robotics facility going down and a forge here for our Protoss player.
Oh, God, I think I'm in love. This is exactly how I love to follow this build-up as well. You know, he's getting those 4 gates so that he has enough units to stop anything in robotics facility. He's going to give him some observers to see what's going on, and he's going to be able to get that +1 Protoss armory with the forge. This is the safest you can possibly be. He will be able to live through anything if he micros and macros properly right now that HasuObs can throw at him right now.
Yeah, it's kind of scary if you're just looking at it from HasuObs' point of view, but it's going to be even more scary when all this actually hits Boxer. And, you know, just take a quick look at his vision. There goes a scan down on the natural, but that's about all he is going to see. Inside his main base, all he sees is the 2 gates and the gas, second gas going down, and that is it. So could be up for a quick surprise. I mean, I'm sure he has an idea on what's going on, but over on his side, Stim, combat shield, +1. Again, kind of what you expect. We do have the starport now going in to production with the medevacs, and the factory moving out to get some scouting done. So will his drops have some sort of effect this time?
Well, he can certainly hope so, but again, with those 4 warp gates, already HasuObs has 5 stalkers in his main base waiting for any drops. His natural not yet defended, but he does have that Xel'Naga watchtower, so it's going to be hard for Boxer to slip in there. But Boxer kind of needs to slip in there. HasuObs is playing a great game. In fact, just gets scanned, and he has a Twilight Council going down. I just hope that we see him get charged. You know, he's getting that +1 armor. That would be awesome. Taking a 3rd base, and the medevacs are on the way.
Yeah, that SCV is going to also scout that 3rd base going down. But look at the amount of stalkers already over here for HasuObs. Again, not overreacting, not making a bunch of cannons, just going ahead. And in fact, we have no cannons in either of his bases. Just go ahead, leave some units here.
Oh my God.
That comes in, I might be able to snipe it. He's going to move forward, and quick reaction by Boxer going in. A couple Marines going to swing around the backside, maybe try to force a cancel on this 3rd, but it's going to be a long time coming for those guys to get here. And again, that observer, which you saw was just on the tip of Boxer's base, pretty much shut down that drop once again. So one of the most effective advantages that Boxer has is really just being crushed right now.
Yeah, you know, he's really trying to get some of these early drops to work, and it is not working. That is not how you want it. And he might want to try to put, you know, maybe a few units in one dropship, get a diversion, pull the stalkers back, poke towards the front, see what he can get done. But HasuObs is in a great spot. Blink is about to finish, and he's got Zealot Charge on the way. He's got a lot of sentries, a lot of Zealots, and he does have that +1 armor. All of these very important. Boxer's 3rd base is a little bit slower than HasuObs, and that's not where you want to be. If you're going to go Marine Marauder, you actually have to expand quicker than Protoss, and if you don't, and you don't punish them for that, you get pretty far behind, because they're going to be more cost-effective as they go Colossus and Templar.
Yeah, and, you know, one thing that at least Boxer is doing here as the 3rd base goes up is that we haven't seen much mining coming out of there. He actually did force a lot of Zealots and Sentries down to sort of take care of 2 Marines, but it's this observer that kind of worries me about Boxer. It's just getting clear shots of everything going on. We do have a probe that is gone out and pretty much pyloned all the areas where Boxer might want to hide a command center over there. So the 3rd base is up, and it's going to be very, very healthy here. As you can see, Terran with the advantage. Of course, benefits of those mules there. And coming down now, Robotics Bay as well. We've got +2 armor going down for the Protoss, and +2 for Terran weapons, +1 armor. I mean, a lot of upgrades going out right now for both these players.
Yeah, there are, and the Ghosts, they have popped out. He's going to have to start thinking about getting some Vikings as well as that Robotics Bay does get up, because, well, Charged Zealots, Sentries, Stalkers, Colossi. That is not something you can deal with just Marine Marauder Ghost. You absolutely need a little bit more there unless your opponent makes a mistake. And, ooh, Boxer, I like this. He's actually carrying the Ghosts in the dropship.
Yeah, that is so awesome right there. I mean, that's just, like, so smart. It just goes to think how he's thinking about this. He can drop them, EMP, pick them back up. I really, really think that's effective. So we'll see exactly how it will play out here. A group of Stalkers, again, you mentioned it, Artosis, and it's such a great concept that this Stalker is an active unit. If you have a mass like this that you can afford, they should be going out, doing damage, picking off different things, like taking care of the tower, and they become even more effective once they have Blink. So it's just a great use of those there from HasuObs. We're going to see all of these ghosts over here on the side, but you know, what are both these players doing? We do have Cloak going down and Extended Thermal Lance as more Colossus will spit out of the 2 Robos that HasuObs has. I mean, he's certainly looking good right now.
Yeah, he is. I love the fact that Slayer's Boxer is getting Cloak. Imagine him with Cloaked Ghosts. Ooh, that's going to be good. He's also getting an additional command center. Wants to take that 4th base a little bit quicker than Hasu, and that's something he absolutely has to do. Hasu just kind of massing up, getting that sick Protoss Deathball that is so hard for Terran players to deal with, getting that plus attack upgrade. He has a couple Colossi, more on the way. He has 2 Robos out, so I think he might hit a sick timing at 5 Colossus as those additional 2 come out, where Slayer's Boxer is going to have to perform some magic to kill off that army.
Yeah, we do have the Stalkers. They will blink away. We'll force it. Just see that little stim. That was nice, selecting a group of units. They have some Marauders in there, can slow down those Stalkers coming out. So, again, not overreacting there by any means. This Observer has to go. It is just bugging the hell out of me, Artosis, but it continues to just give away all the secrets, the little Russian spy. And we are going to see the Pro block the command center over there. And look at this move out. And he does have the 3 Colossus. We don't. Do we have any more? Yes, and there it is. 4 going to be out here right now. And we could see a battle.
Yeah, man. 5 Colossus now coming out. He has a lot of sentries, 4 of them fully charged. So that's going to be a primary EMP target for Slayer's Boxer. That Zealot going over and dealing with that. The factory seeing these Stalkers come up, but Slayer's Boxer sending his whole army down here to take out a pylon. That is not a good call, but HasuObs doesn't quite realize, doesn't quite move out yet. Could have gotten into an insane position against Slayer's Boxer if he had still had that Observer alive.
Oh, Stalkers almost moved forward there, and a few of them will be taken out without the rest of their units, but I just think there are so many Zealots here, too. It is going to be tough to clean up. Vikings should be able to work on those Colossus, but are there too many? Oh, Ghosts come out. EMPs go down on the entire back line. Zealots still leave standing with their armor, but everything in the back line has been completely removed of shields. We're going to have a nice spread here, trying to minimize the damage, but look at the amount of damage. However, will those shields going down help out Boxer? His medevacs are working full time here, but look at that. 2 Colossus left. We've got Ghosts in the back that are taking out those Colossus, but there are just too many units for the Protoss. What is left for Terran?
Wow.
Not much. Not much at all.
Oh my god, that was like... here's the thing. If you had combined Boxer's amazing EMPs with a little bit better micro like we saw from Thorazane, I feel like he actually would have won that battle. But as it turns out, 2 Colossi getting home, that is too many. Boxer lost basically everything there, and he's in a hard spot, man. He just lost 30 supply on Hasu when they were very much even before. It is now 171 to 128. Slayer's Boxer having a little bit of a hard time really getting his economy going at that 4th base, while Hasu already has his 4th base fully saturated.
Yeah, that 4th base is looking oh so good right now for HasuObs. Some cannons placed. Going to be really hard, and just certainly it's no longer a target with all that defense that's up. And if this game continues to go longer, he'll also have to deal with these pylons over here on the side. So it's, oh, and look at the SCV making his way over. It's like, is he's going to be, I can't, oh, wait. Oh, he's going to go to the far one that doesn't have a pylon. It's a good game for Boxer there. But the army, Artosis, How many ghosts do we have out here? There are still 3 ghosts out, and we'll see how those will come into play here with Boxer. Do we have Templar? I see DT. We have High Templars yet?
No, I don't think we have any High Templars on the field quite yet, which is good for Slayer's Boxer. That would be painful. But if we take a quick look at the economy, we do have 78 probes against 72 SCVs. Then you add mules into that. So Slayer's Boxer are going to be up on economy just slightly. 200 supply against 170. Slayer's Boxer should max out pretty quickly here. And in fact, he's jumping up to almost maxed as I say that. And in fact, he does have, I think he has only 2 starports right now, but both with reactors. He's just going to have to really focus on taking out the Colossus because he's got that 3-3 upgrade. He's got a similar economy, is expanding again, same time as HasuObs, and this could turn into an extremely long, drawn-out game as long as Boxer doesn't get too out of position.
Yeah, so we do have 1 pylon taken out. Note here, Artosis, hold on. The army's going around to the back. This could be absolutely horrible. DT is warped in, and it's not even taken out there. It is still hurting, so he'll be able to do some SCV harassment. Oh, there's the scan. And, wow, just throwing his opponent off again, shifting his focus a little bit. I do believe we have, well, there's a DT back there, SCV trying to get down, another base going up. And they're all guarded with DTs. Like, this is the ultimate defense here for the Protoss player as he just continues to one-up Slayer's Boxer in bases.
And a medevac trying to drop over there and being taken out relatively easily. Wait a minute, is he actually gonna kill all this? I can't believe that. 2 cannons, 2 more warping in, and a DT not quite holding off the Slayer's Boxer dropship. But anyways, I mean, this is actually turning into an amazing game. Tuldrum Altar. This map actually just generates sick Terran vs. Protoss matches. Boxer right now, an almost completely Marauder army, along with a lot of Vikings. He does have his +2 attack for them. In fact, he's starting to get building armor. He's getting high-sec auto-tracking. Slayer's Boxer is getting all the upgrades, while HasuObs even starts on Plasma Shields and Psionic Storm.
Yeah, it's going all the way. Every unit will be at their disposal. Now, the Protoss is max, so kind of getting a lot of this as a, well, if the game continues to go on, and one of the things that a lot of players just kind of falter on as far as the macro goes, waiting for that big battle to happen. So we see that high-level play where these guys will just keep on at it. But both these players bound to be 200 soon. In fact, Boxer's just 1 supply behind. He's going to move forward and take out some of these pylons that were causing him some problems early on. But, do look at these very nice bases for HasuObs as he continues to throw down gateways as well. He is going to be able to reinforce like a beast. There's a ton of Colossus out right now, but I'm just kind of waiting for this inevitable big battle to happen. Boxer looks like he just kind of wants to choose his battleground wisely.
Yes, he does, and I love what he's doing, man. He's getting +3 attack for Vikings, +1 armor for Vikings, realizing, hey, these are going to be so important against that huge ball Colossus. HasuObs does have the 2 Robos, so he's going to want to make Colossus for the rest of the game. But the High Templars are actually going to be even scarier. Throwing down some Psy Storms, if he can't EMP those, that is going to be just terrible for Boxer. HasuObs setting up yet another base in the bottom left. And this game is turning so funny. I mean, neither of these guys actually want to attack each other.
Yeah, in fact, both of them doing some kind of unique things to keep their supply down. Of course, Boxer sending in 5 SCVs, not only for a little tiny scout. Oh, and we do have a scan here on this DT, double scan to take it out. And actually, that's going to be good for him because he wanted to protect this base down here, as that eventually will come into play, as a lot of these other bases are nearing mine out or are already mined out. And there's still this pylon over here, and I think that Boxer is going to take it out. Look at more SCVs just being thrown away to the cause to get more army supply on his side. Of course, once you have that many orbitals up, and he's going to build 2 more command centers down below, so that means he'll be able to sustain it with mules. You've talked about this many times yourself, Artosis. We've seen it here and there, but now we're seeing it live in the TSL3.
This is actually one of the best usages of this Basically, he wants to get a huge max, and here comes some Cloaked Ghosts. This is the most important part right here. If he could actually EMP these, oh my god, is he, beautiful EMPs! And now HasuObs might be in a little bit of trouble. Slayer's Boxer has insane upgrades right now. Nice blink in, but he's EMP'd all those High Templars. That's a lot of supply, and Slayer's Boxer has a huge amount of Marauders. Look at this, eating through the army of HasuObs. And HasuObs falling to 157 supply against 179 of Slayer's Boxer. And Slayer's Boxer doesn't even care about their army anymore. He is going to go for this expansion. Some High Templars coming in, but they do not have energy yet for Psy Storms.
Oh, this is just amazing as Boxer is going to make his way through here. I mean, that EMP completely changed everything. Had those High Templar been in play, that would have been pretty brutal here. But now Boxer not only going to be able to take out one expansion, but a second one. That's going to prompt, of course, a counterattack here by HasuObs. So there is going to need to be a quick retreat. Look at how low the army is over here. And oh my god, there is nothing here at Boxer's base. It's going to move forward. And oh my god, he is just going to get absolutely wrecked here. All of his production is going to be very much in danger.
Yes, indeed it is. It looks like we may have a base trade scenario. HasuObs right now has basically one mining base. Slayer's Boxer, though, has a lot of command centers. And look at what his fourth base was. He's making a ton of barracks, getting a bunch of tech labs and a reactor down there. He realizes, uh-oh, I have got to start putting production facilities elsewhere because this attack is just so deadly on me. Moving his army back now, but it is severely damaged. He only has 2 medevacs in there. He's got to get that stuff healed before he engages.
And we do have the Vikings moving forward. If they take out that one Colossus before this battle even happens, oh, Mist Storm. He'll get out of there, and God, those units are so low. He needs a scan. The DT is just chopping away at the Marauders. They're just getting absolutely wrecked, and look at these are one-shot Marauders. The DT is finally taken out, and he's going to move forward. He's going to try to take out the Colossus. He hits, but he moves away. Ghosts moving forward. This could be the big EMP. He takes out all the Storm energy. No shields go down, and Boxer has to move in.
Oh my god, here we go. He does have some Marauders in the main base, but they are already funneled. Only one force field to hold them off. All these Marauders are deep, deep red right now, but Boxer does have a lot flying his Vikings in. Will he land them? No, it doesn't look like it. HasuObs somehow, some way, going ahead and winning that battle despite losing all of his energy on those High Templars. And Slayer's Boxer falling apart a little bit here at 87 supply against 150 of HasuObs. And HasuObs has another huge amount of units rolling out. I am getting my nerd chills, DJ Wheat, because it looks like HasuObs, despite being completely owned in the center of the map by Slayer's Boxer, is coming back, and I do not think that Boxer can win from this position.
I think you're right. I don't think that he can either. His economy has gone down significantly. In fact, the Terran is only at 800 while his opponent 1,500. There are units coming out, but his production's been severely crippled. Here comes another force here by HasuObs. He's around the base, harassing with DTs. He's inside Boxer's base, hitting the production facilities. More storms going down. And this has certainly been a game where the tables were turned. At one point, oh my gosh, Stalkers even being active, blinking down outside of the range of the planetary, getting rid of all of Boxer's production and economy. Absolutely insane. At one point, I would have told you this game was looking like it was going to be Boxer's, but one simple move and one quick decision, and that can change everything. Desperation flyaways by the production facilities of Boxer, but Artosis, I think we just saw 2 games where the Emperor had something, but just could not hold on.
Oh, it's certainly true, man. I thought that Slayer's Boxer was going to win. HasuObs, though, that counterattack, it was beautiful. That is one thing about Terran. You get an army on top of their production facilities, and they fall apart in mere seconds. Great job by HasuObs, but if I was him, even though I'm up 2-0, I'd be a little bit scared right now because Slayer's Boxer played frighteningly well this game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, let's just talk about those Cloaked Ghosts and how well he controlled them. He hit, there was a couple, there's like in the last battle where we saw the last Templar hit, He actually threw down, I believe, a few more EMPs than he needed to, but he was like, I want these guys to have no energy at all. This could be the killing blow right here as we have more units moving in, a lot of Marauders all by their lonesome, and the small ball that is remaining still getting picked apart by these DTs. Those DTs played such a crucial role here today in this game number 2. And you know what? He's like, whatever, that army's so small. I'm going to take out these remaining barracks, and he's going to have to GG. Another smart and thought-out decision here by HasuObs.
That's right, Boxer, just trying to get something done as he has done so many times. Even in situations like this, we've seen Slayer's Boxer draw out games 10 minutes more, really putting some damage on their opponent. But he's down to 56 supply against 200. HasuObs, he's mining again. I mean, he's got a ton of money banked, no way to lose, and we should be seeing GG any second.
I mean, he has so much bank. He's just warping in DTs all over the place. Like, whatever, scan away. He's taking out this Nexus here. The planetary goes down. This orbital going to fall as well. No, it's going to lift. And deep down inside, Boxer, never give up, never surrender. Unfortunately, from one good buddy to another. There it is, GG, as 2 games quickly go to mouz.HasuObs.
Well, that is certainly true. Well, the second one might not have been quite as quickly, but I really feel like Slayer's Boxer played almost a godly style of Terran there, man. I mean, when he EMP'd all that stuff and just wrecked the army, I love how he sent out SCVs to die, to use more mules for his economy, to have more supply for more units. It really showed when they actually engaged. So, totally impressive play by Slayer's Boxer, and I still feel like Slayer's Boxer can come back and take this series, which is something I don't normally feel when I see someone go up 2-0.
Well, exactly. I mean, you got to think about it. So they just got beat 2 games, and now they've got to win 3 in a row. And ladies and gentlemen, like, that's just not an easy thing to do. You can't go, okay, well, I got to win 3, so I'm going to just easily cheese the first one. I'm going to then play, it's like you can't do that. Suddenly, every single decision that you are making could ultimately end the series for you. So to be able to make this huge line of impeccable decisions, it just, in any case, I don't care what 2 opponents you have up against one another, it is a very, very difficult thing to do. Boxer did stay in that game for quite a long time, but I think we knew for a good 6 minutes in game time that it was certainly over. Artosis, one thing that we haven't gotten to see, though, we haven't really got to see Boxer utilize drops much. HasuObs certainly prepared for just that. I mean, I think it's pretty evident by his stalker placement, by how he scouted around the map, kept his tabs on the Terran, and that has made a huge difference in these games.
Oh, it's a huge, huge difference. I mean, that is cutting one of Boxer's legs out from underneath him. He's known for drop harassment. He's been known for drop harassment for about, 11 years now or so? And that's something that he obviously has shown that he wants to do each game. But staying on top of that, Slayer's Boxer is basically, he's expanding and then he's rushing to something that isn't working. He's actually focusing his minerals, his time, his gas, his tech path, all his patterns are all focusing on getting out nice quick drops to harass with, and HasuObs has not even been dropped upon yet. Stuff is not even getting unloaded. So Slayer's Boxer, the early middle part of the game is like, well, you're not going to do anything with this because HasuObs is on top of everything.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to be thinking to yourself, how do I switch it up? What do I have to do to make this work? And we're going to find out as we go into game number 3, guys. This is a best of 5 for the TSL3 round of 8, day 2. I'm DJ Wheat. Joining me is Artosis. And when we come back, oh yeah, Dan, it's going to be time for game number 3. Don't go away.